Alright, so for this one, while we're busy heading off, gonna work on the Ruta stuff, the Mifa's part of the song, I decided to go ahead and look up some trivia just to give myself something different and interesting to talk about, which is good, because there's a lot of talking in this part and a lot of fast forwarding. So first things first, I want to go ahead and mention Robin Williams. Robin Williams is kind of a big deal to Nintendo, and they really like him because he named his daughter Zelda, and the whole Skyward Sword commercial and stuff like that. In an homage to his death, they did give it's like theorized. It's basically just accepted as fact, but there are NPCs in the game. There's one that looks just like him, and it's got some goofy name that's not Robin Williams. And then the other theory is that Robbie at the Akala Ancient Tech Lab could be Robin Williams. I feel like that one is far less likely. Far less likely. But the random NPC kind of makes sense to me. And in addition to that, you know, Owada was kind of a big deal too. There is a mountain in the game, Satoru Mountain I think it is, where there is a magical spiritual horse thing that is the hardest thing to get. And that is, I want to say the bio for that thing is that it's an ancient sage or something like that. So basically it's kind of accepted that that's an homage to Owada. I was beginning to have doubts here for a minute. I was like, how far away is this thing? The stone monument has survived for 10,000 years. What secrets does it hold? I mean, it just showed up a few minutes ago. Fellow traveler, what brings you here? I suppose everyone has their own reason for traveling. Look, as expected, there's one here too, one of the monuments mentioned in my teacher's unfinished song. Ah, sweet joy, how glorious to sing this song to the very land it describes. The song my teacher left behind, there's a verse about the trial the champion Mifa overcame. Allow me to sing it for you. So, did it move you? By steeping myself in the legends of the champions, I'm beginning to form a deeper understanding of them. This will prove valuable in writing the key verse of the song. I can feel it, the teacher surely sang this very verse from this very spot. I wish nothing more than to carry on my teacher's dream to complete and perform this special song. To do so, I must learn all there is to know about the champions of old. Thankfully, the Zora King and Prince shared memories of their champion with me. To sing the complete song under the sky that my teacher so loved, that is the end goal of this long journey. Yeah, as you can tell, I changed my mind. Anyway, the spots on the map are as follows. Well, here, let me go ahead and get rid of that. That's what I've been doing sometimes, and if you see me pull up the map, it's get rid of that bullshit. So first one is right around here. We'll put it more like right there. And then the next one, I know it's Macau. Where's Zora's Domain? Zora's Domain is here. So Macau Lake, Lulu Lake, and I want to say there's Supposed to be another one for the drummer. Somewhere around here. Toto Lake, there it is. There's Toto. And the last one to the left of Toto Lake is... looks like right here, but there's also another shrine right around here that I didn't get as well. So it looks like we're going to have an unexpected stop along the journey, but everything else looks ship-shape. It also looks like there... no, okay, we need to get that shrine. Alright, but those are the 3 that we need to go do. Where am I? I think I want to go for this one first, because it's closest. I can do that, and then I can teleport back there, and then do that one, and then head my way over there. So it'll be like kind of a V, I guess. Going on real quick about the Owada thing, the mountain that you can find that magical horse on is in Central Hyrule. It has a nice glowing light peering from it, so it's super easy to spot. Like, there's a good chance you've probably seen something like that before. Now, as far as this area over here, I did have like a point where I started talking, like right up here at this camp. I commentated it, but like because of the way that this video has been turning out, I'm like, I gotta try and shorten it a little bit. So I ended up having to fast forward this purely for the sake of just how this video could be presented, because otherwise it'd be really awkward with the way the third shrine is. So I just kind of wanted to do it like that, so this way we're not messing with the time limit too much. That's basically what this is, but it was supposed to be commentated. As far as random trivia things, though, I learned that apparently, as far as horses are concerned, sometimes if you know how like there's the little shrines where you place the apples and a Korok shows up, if you leave a horse there without paying attention, the horse will just straight up eat your apples. Anyway, over here's a smokestack, which is good because you want this. If you do, you need to move. Have the Traveler's Medallion. I'm gonna say place it here. Alright, this... Stop! You're getting on my nerves. Oh, I put out the fire too. Hold on, I'll fix that for you. You're welcome. If you got the Traveler's Medallion, place it here just in case, because it is so dumb how often you're like, oh yeah, I'll camp here, because you need to be here at morning. If you talk to these guys, they'll say, a mysterious thing shows up at morning, which also reminds me I should switch to my swimming gear. And yeah, so if you end up waiting around until morning, and then it's raining, then you gotta teleport away and come back, and it's just dumb. The idea is right over there is what you need to do, and I want to say that shows up at the crack of dawn, so go for it when you get the chance. Also, having the medallion helps out for you in case you mess things up, I suppose. Can we... because I don't have the stamina. Land here, refuel, jump again. I also didn't realize until editing that there's actually a ticking sound for a timer on a lot of those. I never noticed. I didn't actually know it was timed. I just thought it was a convenience sake for you to, you know, shield surf or something like that. I didn't realize it was an actual requirement. There you go. Imagine being a fish when something like that happens. Yeah, hi Daruk, you just now caught up with the rest of us, huh? You. Alright, so this one might have a little bit of cutting around if absolutely necessary. But the point here, well firstly, it's a little Delmo out there. They give you these torches, so you can do that in case you don't have fire arrows. But yeah, we gotta let a bunch of this shit melt, and sometimes we don't want it to melt. And Link made it through. I actually don't think I ever took advantage of the torches before. Yeah, I think that was carefully melt these two so you can make a stairway up, and those are also options too. In case you want these fellows. I think I'm going to take this side. Alright, I want to go ahead and try and melt this a little bit. Oh, it's on top of the ice cube. That didn't help. That was actually what I was trying to avoid. It's ridiculous how hard it is to climb on top of these ice cubes. Alright, now if we can quickly try and melt away some space without melting the ice cube we're standing on, like so. Almost had it. Okay, Link, let's quickly make it. Holy hell, why are those ones melting? Well, I guess we do need to melt it a little bit more. Okay, we're on top. We're on top. Alright, so again, do have to apologize for the way this is going to be presented, but it's kind of my only option to save you guys from waiting 20 years. We need him over there. And then it needs to melt some. Because it's got to fit underneath that hole. And now... oh yeah, I think I remember how to do this. Have it right there. And what we do is we do this. And then this. Okay. Almost. Okay, we did it. Sorry that thing had to be butchered, but there really wasn't an option. 'Cause melting. But that's how you solve the puzzle, I guess. In a very quick fashion. Another exciting horse fact for you. If you go ahead and give them an Enduracare, that actually increases their stamina. So I imagine that means like give it like a little extra ability to smack the horse. And furthering on the discussion about horses, because you know how you can mount things like stall horses or bears or moose and things like that. If you go ahead and you try and register those to the stable, the people at the stable will freak the fuck out and be like, whoa, that's not a horse, so we can't allow you to do that. So if you try, it doesn't work, but it's kind of funny dialogue. As far as paragliding, there's a thing which I haven't tested, so I'm not sure how true this is, but I'm going to go ahead and believe it because it's on the internet. Why would anyone lie on the internet? While paragliding, it's apparently possible to go ahead and just drop bombs naturally, so you can go ahead and just fly over someone, drop a bomb, and then detonate it like that. I didn't know that worked. I haven't tried it again, but that's a thing that I read, so apparently that's pretty cool. Another thing, actually, yeah, I meant to mention this a while ago. During the little test with the blood moon and standing there naked. While there's a blood moon out, there's a very small timing window where all of your food that you cook ends up with a critical success. So if you want, you got like, I think it's like 11:30 to midnight, you can go ahead and cook stuff up and it will be worth a lot more. It'll have bonus effects and stuff like that, extra hearts, but only under the blood moon. So if you're lucky enough to time it, go for it. The water was more shallow than I thought. I was actually debating on just going full blast in and then landing to see if I would live. It's a good thing I didn't do that, because I would have died. yet again, I think I'll just place a travel medallion here just in case. And we want our swimming gear. I made that Lionel pretty easy work. Well, this is, I would say this is the easiest of the ring challenges because the game just does it for you. So, dash. Dash. No, wait. Swim upwards. There you go. And then it just lines itself up like that. Now I'm going to need to take myself a stamina up here in a second. Quickly. Okay, go. Go. Where's the waterfall? I need to, yeah. Because see, Link lines it. I missed it. Huh. But you see how Link lines himself up is kind of what I was trying to get at. It's the first time I've ever failed one of those. And try again, Link. Dash. And what's funny is I said it was the easiest one too, and I messed it up. Alright, well. There's your, example of me, I guess. See, that's how you're supposed to do it. I was just trying to refill my stamina, and then I was trying to find the waterfall, and I couldn't find the waterfall. I want that. You can also see on the ring itself where it's counting down, too. I noticed that in editing. So the little thingies around it start shrinking more and more. Look how easy that was. It auto did it for you. I'm glad it started raining now when it matters the least. That's not sarcasm, that's the truth. I'm glad it's raining at a point where I don't have to deal with it. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky. Like, it's, you know, obviously it's doable. But it definitely requires some fucking time. Actually, hold on a second, I'm curious. It won't do it like that, okay. It definitely requires some timing. Because what you're supposed to do is you want to put this as high as it can, right? Then do that and try and get Cryonis out. And that's like super, super hard to try and time. If there's an easier way to do it, let me know, because I tried switching to stasis, and apparently Link didn't feel like it. See, that's not enough room. And these things don't overlap on top of each other, either. There's also that. If it feels like cooperating. Which I suppose is meant to actually make this a little bit easier. So let's do that. I still feel like reflexes are mad high on this thing. What if I do this? It doesn't work. What if I do this? Oh my god, that worked. Okay, what if I do this? Oh my god, that worked too. Okay. Now, in theory, if I do that again, this should work. I don't think this is what they want. But it's what I'm doing. I've found a way to cheat and not use reflexes. I guess the question now is, how could I possibly get it higher? Okay. That's something. We are close. I would say Mipha has the hardest of these shrines. By the way, this one in particular is pretty miserable. How's that? Oh, Link. Don't play with my heart like that. Always acting like an idiot. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say try and get lucky, but try and get lucky. That's literally the best advice. It's a lot of reflex and a lot of maybe if you're lucky you can position it one way, but that's about it. The concept is simple, the execution is hard. Since this is a short one, I'll go ahead and give you like one random piece of trivia for this, and then it'll just be music. Apparently the game over text can actually change depending on how you die. So the examples were given like electricity or fire, so I guess like if you drown that counts, or if you freeze to death, or if you burn to death, it probably changes. Again, things I have not tested. Most of the time when I'm dying it's because somebody hits me, but apparently that's a thing that can change. I mean, I guess I can talk to you guys since you're right here. You Link, I have avenged Lady Mipha. No, I avenged Lady Mipha. Actually, I wish I could say that, but it is not true. To think of you of all people would be the one to appease the divine beast. What happened to Lady Mipha was unfortunate, but I understand now. I no longer have reason to despise you. Well, Link, will you please allow my prior rudeness to wash away with the tides, such as the magic of Zora's domain? Perhaps I'm overly dramatic. Please forgive and forget what I said as well. Now to move on to more serious matters. The same creatures that appeared when Lady Mipha challenged her sacred trial have returned to Upland Zora's. Lady Mipha defeated them with her usual grace and skill. I wonder, is the trial calling to someone new? What about you? It is rare to see a Hylian here. Oh, how silly of me. It is none other than Master Link. I am happy to see you, old friend. I must sincerely thank you for your help with that divine beast. While you are here, I should warn you, blue-eyed guardians have appeared in the uplands. Yeah, I see them. But apparently those things last appeared when Lady Mipha challenged her sacred trial. My father insists that no one cause for alarm, but I am right here in high alert just in case. Now, what you need to do is you need to go kill him, and as great of an idea as it would be for me to do that with live commentary, I think that it might end up taking too long, so it will be fast forwarded. I'm sorry, but I know how difficult these things are to fight. Now I'm going to go ahead and just give you the heads up. This whole section was a nice big example of the bullshit rain because it was hindering me from doing what it was I wanted to do. And while we're talking about bullshit rain, let's go ahead and talk about some of the random things. So for instance, if it's raining out and you have a fire-based weapon, apparently there will have steam coming from that fire-based weapon, which is a nice small little touch I didn't know about, but I also don't think I've bothered carrying out a fire weapon while it's raining before. So, also, there was a thing, like, I mentioned in live commentary here in a second that you can knock down the Guardians, but I couldn't remember how. Apparently, you can do it by aiming at their propellers and blowing it up, so I guess similar to how you could cut off their legs. Going back about rain, though, apparently the traveling merchants, I assume this isn't referring to Beetle, traveling merchants apparently sell better things when it's raining out. Again, I'm not, even then, it's probably still kind of because those guys are usually super expensive and not really worth dealing with, but I guess it's a nice thing to note in case you care. It's sort of related to the raining, I guess, and I didn't mention it because I didn't feel like it was worth mentioning, but I guess in case you didn't know, during the desert, if you stay in the shadows, it is actually cooler, so you can beat the heat by hanging around the shadows. So when I was busy doing that little carry the ice thing, that was part of the reason I was staying in the shadows, was because I knew for a fact it was cooler. So that's my line of logic in case you didn't know that. Another thing, which it's too little too late for me to learn this, but apparently during the Ruta segments where they're hurling the ice blocks at you, you don't actually need to use arrows at all. Apparently you can just use Cryonis and destroy the ice blocks that way. So, in case you run out of arrows, like I did in this recording, you didn't actually screw yourself entirely. I mean, I sort of screwed myself because I wasn't able to reach it. But whatever. That's another thing that you will see soon. Like I tried saying, these guys take a long time. So, like, I apologize that it might have been something you wanted to see with live commentary, but it's just, they're really annoying to fight. And if you could get them on the ground, like, there is a way where you can make them fall down and you can hit them, but I wasn't really seeming to be lucky enough to do that. So, I hate flying guardians. They are so annoying to deal with. Yeah, supposedly there's 2 shrines around here. Thought I saw it for a second. Go ahead, do that. Switch back into... I'll just put the earrings on, because it's important to see Link. Where? Oh, it's up there. Here you go. Goodbye. That was weird. This one I'm not so sure I remember. Oh. That's it? Just more Cryonis? Okay. Yeah, that's... I didn't want to go that way anyway. Shall we try again, Link? I think I just got lucky on this one. Like, I was just fooling around and it just coincidentally worked out, and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. I'd like to be able to get it the way where I want, because I'm pretty sure that's not going to help. Because it's just going to fall and it's not going to go anywhere. See? So what I want is I want it to be up higher. Like there. So this way it rolls down onto that bit. And some of these you need to... Oh, for fuck's sake. How do I make it turn the other way? I know, by doing this. If I do that, that won't work. It almost worked. I hate this controller because it's so twitchy. Really? Alright, well it sort of worked. What if we do... Because we want it up. Aim for the center. And then try and Cryonis. So it's got something underneath it. Was that it? Was that the whole puzzle? Apparently I did it. Okay, well, yeah, probably supposed to be way more complicated than that, but I cheated by doing it one pillar. Okay, yeah. All according to plan.